Sydney Sweeney was born on September 12, 1997, in Spokane in Washington state. Before becoming an actress, she was an outstanding student with perfect grades. She had a 4.0 GPA and planned to study engineering. Sydney created a 5-year acting career plan herself, which she presented to her parents to convince them to move to Los Angeles. Sydney grew up in a small Idaho town where most of her peers didn't believe she would really become an actress. Her family initially faced financial difficulties after moving to Los Angeles to support her career. They lived in a motel for a while. In her youth, she was captain of the swim team and competed in school swimming meets. She has a younger brother, Trent, to whom she is very close and whom she often mentions in interviews. In school, she belonged to the theater and debate clubs, where she first discovered a passion for performing in front of an audience. She gained the most recognition for her roles in the series Euphoria, where she played Cassie Howard and the White Lotus, which earned her Emmy nominations. Before Euphoria, she played smaller roles in popular TV shows like Grey's Anatomy, Criminal Minds, Pretty Little Liars, and The Handmaid's Tale. Her first larger film role was in the horror movie Along Came the Devil in 2018. In 2019, she appeared alongside Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio in Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. On the Euphoria set, she spent up to 16 hours a day and still prepared for most scenes without a double. Sydney admits she almost quit acting before landing the role of Cassie in Euphoria because she felt underappreciated in the industry. In 2024, she was included on Time magazine's Next 100 list of the most influential young people in entertainment. Sydney trained in martial arts, and at age 14 won her first amateur fight. Sydney is known for reading the entire script of every production, even if she plays only a small role. She wants to understand the full context of the story. When preparing for roles, she often listens to playlists matched to her character's emotions, which helps her get into the right mood on set. Sweeney is a perfectionist. Before each project, she creates a separate notebook describing her character's emotions, backstory, and motivations. She has a highly developed sense of organization. She even runs her social media, according to a detailed publishing plan. Sydney loves to plan every aspect of her life. She says she always has goals written out for the next few years. Sweeney admits she doesn't like watching her own scenes. She only does it when she needs to analyze her performance. She holds a pilot's license. She flies a private plane she calls Tank. In her free time, she restores classic cars, including a 1969 Ford Bronco, which she often shows on social media. Sydney is a big motorsports fan and has taken part in track racing under the Spark Performance program. The actress loves to cook, and her signature dish is homemade pasta with basil pesto. Sydney is interested in architecture and interior design. She helped decorate her family's home in Los Angeles. In her downtime, she loves board games and puzzles. She says it helps her unwind after intense shoots. Her favorite way to relax is spending time at her family's farm, away from the Hollywood spotlight. Her favorite place in the world is Italy, where she spent childhood vacations and where the film Immaculate was made. Sydney is in love with classic films from the 80s and 90s, and one of her favorites is Pretty Woman. Her favorite film genre is psychological thrillers, which is why she enjoyed working on Immaculate so much. She's a huge Harry Potter fan, and as a child dreamed of acting at Hogwarts. Sydney founded her own production company, 50/50 Films, to have more influence over the projects she takes part in. In the future, she would like to direct her own film, preferably a psychological drama with a strong female lead. She is an ambassador for Armani Beauty, which opened doors to the fashion world and numerous advertising campaigns. Sydney often chooses her own red carpet outfits and has a big influence on her fashion image. Her favorite color is blue, which often shows up in her looks and photo shoot set design. Sydney owns a collection of over 50 pairs of sunglasses, which she has been collecting since her teens. Sydney is naturally blonde, but often changes her hair color. In Euphoria, she wore a slightly lighter shade. Her height is 161 centimeters, but on the red carpet she often appears taller thanks to platform shoes. She is an introvert. Despite her Hollywood career, she doesn't like parties and prefers to spend time at home or in the garage working on cars. Sydney is very family-oriented. She often takes her mom and grandmother to her film premieres. Sweeney has said in an interview that she doesn't drink alcohol. She prefers a healthy lifestyle and regular training. She follows a vegan diet for part of the year, but admits she sometimes makes exceptions, especially for her favorite Italian dishes. Sydney is a dog lover. Her favorite is a pit bull named Tank, the same name as her plane. The actress is very active on social media. Her Instagram account is followed by over 20 million fans. Sydney cares a lot about connecting with fans. She regularly hosts live streams and talks about the behind-the-scenes of her projects. She often helps young actors, advising them on how to prepare for auditions and how to cope with rejection. Sydney supports various social initiatives, including organizations helping women in the film industry and educational programs for youth. Despite her popularity in Hollywood, Sydney still keeps in touch with old friends from Idaho, visiting her hometown at least once a year. Appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this, click like and subscribe. It really helps. Share your pick for the next video in the comments. See you soon.